Hi all, welcome to today's session. Today is 8th October 2020. So we have a lot many news in our front page. So the first one is Supreme Court giving an ordinance that public places cannot be occupied indefinitely. This is regarding to the Shaheen Bagh protest, that is ever since the Citizen Amendment Bill and everything came into being. Lot many people are going against it and they want to protest. They want to show the dissent to the public, the dissent to the government and to the judicial power. So for that, the protest was organized in Shaheen Bagh ever since December 11th. But the problem is that Supreme Court is posing is that, we sure in a democratic setup we do encourage any forms of dissent or protest or anything they want to voice out with against the government. But this shouldn't mean that these protesters obstruct or make it difficult for the day-to-day activities of these people. And ever since December 11th, that is the Shaheen Bagh protest was set up, the lot many problems are there. That is, people are being huddled over there and there are lots of tents being set up and library is there and there is a 3D India map and lot many people are there. And the problem is that this protest is led by leaderless people. That is, there's not actually a single person or a single leader who should be held accountable for. This is sort of like a group agitation and wherein people, they don't have much of idea among each other, and this is what the court has to point out. And they showing over here is that the absence of leadership and many influencers. That is, sure enough, people are not there to lead them, but the problem is that there are no leaders to call it off or just to say that what is the next discourse to be at. And these problems are scaling up quickly and this is posing serious threat and serious trouble to all these people. And yes, this corona pandemic is an issue and this has to be taken care of and it shouldn't be encouraged. For those reasons, Supreme Court is saying that public places cannot be used for protesters indefinitely. They could do it peacefully in a way that with regard to all these pandemic, corona restrictions and everything being taken care of, and also the other restrictions, that is, it shouldn't pose a difficulty for the day-to-day activities for the others as well. So this is what the High Court has to say, and over here is Supreme Court, but over here the High Court is granting bail to Riya Chakraborty regarding the drug case. That is, she was under the probe by the NIA and the Narcotics Department, but over here she is being granted bail. Her brother, he is not being given bail. I'm so sorry. Her brother has not been given bail, and the Narcotics Control Bureau, that is the NCB, and they were following the case regarding the death or suicide or murder. We're not sure for that what that is, but sure enough, demise of Sushant Singh Rajput, and I really hope that this will come into light and it will be solved in coming days. So this was the first print news about Riya Chakraborty. And then over here is Palaniswamy in AIDMK CM candidate. That is the next person or the next leader of AIDMK is Palaniswamy. That is what they are going to say. Such news, that is anything related to the politics and the policies of these political parties, just read through it, because it's not what we can say, it's indefinite. That is, this could be changed, and we can say for sure, for certain, only when the election has been come to a very distinct near future, and anything could happen within any 4-5 days, and we cannot keep on following all these processes of these political parties. So once the election started, once the nominations, everything is being filled up, we can say for sure that who's going to be next and who's going to be standing next to these people, and which two parties are going to be coalitions. But we cannot say until the nominations have been filed out, until the election procedure has been filed out, because they could keep on changing. And sadly but true, even after the election, some parties go for coalitions, and this is sort of like going against the confidence of these people. That is, these people elect all these candidates on the basis of their own interest. And suppose I am voting someone, I will be having my own interest, whether if I feel this person is perfectly fit for this position, or he is somewhere he belongs to a political party where I like or I very much enjoy, or I could have my own personal reasons and regard for it. But after the election, there will be lots of coalition, there will be lots of split, jumping from one party to the other, and this is sort of like I cannot use cheating because that will be a very strong word to use that, but they're actually going against the confidence of these public, and this is just a passing reference. And yes, we'll go back to our usual newspaper analysis. That is two people, that is Siddiq Kappan from Kerala, was arrested for sedition, and he's booked under sedition under UP government. That is this regarding the Hathras rape. I'm not sure what that is, Hathras rape or Hathras murder, but sure enough a girl was killed, and it's sure enough it's a murder, but we're not sure of the murder charges, or I'm so sorry, the rape charges, but she was murdered. And over here it's written that lots of journalists from all over the nation, all over all the parts of our country came up and moved to the Hathras, the UP, that place, that province, that village. But the problem over here is that these Keralite people, Siddiq Kappan, and they post a threat to sedition. Sedition is actually a word that we can use to describe when an individual goes against the interests of the nation. That is sort of like an anti-patriotic. When we write or when we publicize something which is against the interests of the nation, that is sedition. So this person and two others were booked under the sedition law, and FI was lodged against him, and prepare for winter surge of 15k cases. That is, this is regarding the New Delhi, okay. That is what they want to say is that yes, sure enough, corona pandemic is not, it's going like unending, and it's never ending. Sometimes it seems to be like the problem is that sure enough all the other nations, the numbers and the counts are coming down, but for here in India the numbers are being surging across. And what they want to say is that 15k plus k cases in New Delhi alone is because Delhi is a place which is they are going to have high extreme climatic conditions during these November-December month. They're going to have probably 5 degrees Celsius, 6 degrees Celsius temperature over there. And one thing about corona is that we all know it's going to affect your respiratory organs, your lungs, and all the other things. And because this will add up to the already existing climatic problems, this will add to the misery of all these patients who are having this corona or the viral diseases. So that's what they want to say. And yes, we are going to have lots of cases in the coming days, especially the winter. And Delhi as a place, many things has to be taken into considerations. And one thing that they would like to say is that the people who are there in Delhi, more than that, the people who are coming or migrating from the other states who are not used to all these climatic changes of Delhi, they're going to be seriously serious in threat of all these diseases and all these viral infections. So that's what they are saying, that just be prepared for it, And this is given by the National Center for Disease Control. And I would like to give like a homework. I'm not saying this is a homework, but you have to do it, because you don't have to send it out to me, but just do it for your own sake. I mean, you're doing civil service, you're preparing for the exam. Just find out why India as a nation, we cannot bring down the numbers of corona pandemic cases. It's like it's doubling the amount day by day. When we look into the other nations or other states or whatever that we are neighboring to all these places, the numbers are coming down, at least they are under the control. But over here what we can find is that the numbers are surging. So I really prefer you all to write an essay on it, and if you can't do that, just Google about it, that why it's happening like that, or discuss this with someone who knows about it. So this is what they want to say in this particular article. And also one thing is that as many as 2,324 healthcare workers are in city have been infected by corona pandemic. This is New Delhi, okay, these Delhi people or these health sanitation workers, or as much of 2,324 people are under this threat, and they are being infected, and 75 of them have been already dead. And this is actually a problem. I mean, for looking after the patients, there has to be doctors and the other facilities and other eminent faculties to look after, and this is a problem. And with no number of people or more number of patients coming up, yet these doctors and nurses and all these healthcare workers and frontliners, they are going to be a threat too, more threat. And if they are not there, then they're not going to be anyone to look after it. And this is actually a serious problem. And one of the other problems are the facilities. That is, I'm not just talking about hospital beds, but the medicines, the basic amenities like oxygen cylinders and oxygen mask, all these things will be of scarcity. And it's up to all of us to to follow the protocol and to be safe at home and not mingle among the others without any necessary reasons, just going about in the public. And just don't go out if it's not necessary, if it's not important. And all these are advertisements. And again, these are just city-based news, and all these news, just read through it. It's good to have a regional knowledge, watch regional news channels. I'm repeating this piece of information in every episode. This is for the sake of all the new aspirants who coming joining and seeing the video for the first time. That is, do not read through again of your regional news. See that in your regional news channel, that will be enough. Read only the front page. I mean, study. I'm not saying read through the whole newspaper, but study, make points and understand everything, your front page and your editorials. And this is again over here, corona pandemic rate and all. So this is your editorial, and the first news is actually, first article or the first write-up is using fact to hide underlying truth. This is regarding the Hathras rape or murder, whatever, I'm not sure what that is, regarding the Hathras case. And over here it said that if you had seen the other previous video of my news analysis, I have said once that these articles or these editorials are the ones or the format in a way that you should write your GS essays. But this essay, this is actually a very magnificent, such an amazing essay, such an amazing write-up. But this person particular has used lots of emotions in it. So don't do that. When you're writing for your GS essays, you cannot use your emotions, you cannot write emotionally. You have to use all your factual informations, write it down in such a format that it actually creates such an impact over it. And that should be your idea. All the perfect informations are being given over here in this essay, but the problem is that the person has included lots of emotions in it. With regarding the atrocities faced by the victim and the family. And over here what we can find is the first paragraph is all about the informations that what the administration and the police department did was. And over here is that the teenage girl or the Dalit, the 20-year-old girl, without any medical examinations, without a proper right, without telling anyone, without actually reporting it, she was just burned down by the police or the administration, and her family was under scrutiny. Her family was locked up virtually, and a village are being blocked. And they are in a way trying to protect someone, and they are trying to forge the details, and they're trying to stop something by it. And what information they are giving out, they're just giving out that this person or this girl was killed, or not giving lots of facts in that why this thing happened, why she was murdered. And in previous days news, I think 2 or 3 days back, it was given that she wasn't raped. So why she was killed, and if she wasn't raped, and why this administration, why the local police, why all these people are hell-bent in just concealing all the informations, not giving out. And so they're not giving out all the vital informations, they're giving informations other than all these things. So that is the whole essence of this write-up. That sure is an amazing write-up. I have no doubt regarding that. But the problem is that for your GS, for your civil service, I'm talking with pertinent to your civil services, and I'm having this news analysis just because it will help you for your civil services. So everything is good about this essay, but the problem is that they have used lots of emotions. Everything is being muddled up over here. So don't do that. Write all the factual informations, do everything politically right. And this is whole about the first essay. Second one, this is also a very good essay. It's written that playing catch up in flood forecasting technology, and lots of very good informations are being given over here. And if you come across any new information, that is, for example, in the front page I gave you informations about what sedition law is. So just write it down. Anything that is new to you, I'm not saying this has to be new to you, but for some people it will be new. All these informations, all these facts and all, just write it down, other than the essays that you're writing down. And over here it's written that whenever all these Indian Meteorological Department give out any news or a warning, they just give a 24 hours notice. That is, within the 24 hours probably you have to evacuate, or you have to do necessary actions regarding that. And this is actually a small problem. That is, they just give 24 hours and they don't give you like 4-5 days ahead of it. And what Mr. Harsha has to say over here is that this IMD and CWC, these two departments are working for the forecasting. That is, the IMD is the Indian Meteorological Department, and this is Central Water Commission, and they have to work together in accordance with the disaster management facilities, so that they could come about with the technology saying we could forecast the weather before in hand, and then give out the informations in a way it would help so much of people. It wouldn't create a panic in minds of people, and this will actually benefit people in a way they could, buy some time. Do what about it? All these suppose I'm talking with regarding to the Kerala flood that happened last year and the year before that. What we can find is that there wasn't sort of like an abrupt warning. They just give out certain informations that it wasn't sort of like a warning, and the warnings, these important warnings were given only like within a short span of time. And the problem was that they are not working everyone in together. That is, the central government, they'll give out the news, and this is up to the state governments to act upon it. And within such a short period of time, it is not practically possible to any state governments or any bureaucrats or any administrations to do everything necessarily according to it. So this is what they are saying, that if the CWC is actually the Central Water Commission, this is regarding the floods, okay, if they and the Indian Meteorological Department, that is, both has to go in hand in. What happened in Kerala was that the dams, they started surging up, and the rainwater, this wasn't stopping. So when these two increased to a large limit, floods started happening over here. And when the flood started, all these dams, the shutters were opened up. So if these two departments worked hand in hand, this wouldn't be a problem. This is not just regarding Kerala, this is whole of India. Like whenever the situation comes up, all these departments could work together and bring about a change, and this will help so many people. And this was it for today's news. And the others is other news are regarding, the other pages are regarding the elections and all these politics and the election campaign, and everything is over here. And this is actually a small montage, relating to the yogis, Hasra's rape and all. So he is being accused in a way that ever since he came the CM of Uttar Pradesh, lots of crimes and atrocities are happening over there in UP, and many people are blaming him. We don't know for sure. And I'm not just talking about Yogi, I'm talking about even the Riya Chakraborty case. I'm not just talking about Riya, all the other people that are being accused, all these Bollywood film actors and all these people, they're being accused without having a proper verdict. We don't know for sure, but we just need someone's face to have, to blame it over someone. And this is not a very good mentality for a developing nation. We need to develop all together, and everyone deserves to have a free and fair trial. And even Riya Chakraborty, or anyone for a matter of fact, they deserves to have a free and fair trial. The judicial system shouldn't be under the pressure of the public, shouldn't be under the pressure of media trials, and they should work independently in a way that they could bring about justice, bring about what is happening over here. So this was my opinion and my take on it. And so that was it for today's episode. And if you have any doubts or any queries regarding it, do let me know that in the comments. And that's it for today's. And so thank you so much.